time for some more wings. And I'm actually gonna be doing them a way that I don't think I've done a video on them before, which is frying them, deep frying them in oil. Now, a lot of places or people will batter them or dust them with something. We're not gonna do that. In fact, one of the traditional ways to make buffalo wings is you just fry them. You don't add anything to them at that point. It's when you toss them in the sauce or any other seasoning, that's when they get their flavor. But if you want to do this in a batter or some sort of dusting of flour or cornstarch, that's okay to do too. It's different than this though, because we're going to be going in naked. First though, I want to get a dipping sauce ready, and we're just going to be doing a really basic one here, a little bit of an eyeball sauce basically. We're not going to measure this super precisely. We're going to start with, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And we're gonna do about the same of sour cream, about a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna add a good pinch of salt to this. And now for some gorgonzola or blue cheese crumbles. We're just gonna break some in here, as much as you want, really. I don't know, this may be what, 2 or 3 tablespoons? It's really just to get enough flavor in there. I'm gonna take my whisk, mix everything together here. And if you can, break up any of those large crumbles of that gorgonzola or blue cheese. You might feel it there with the whisk or your spoon or fork or whatever you're using. And if you get any blue cheese stuck in your whisk, just get a fork and knock it out of there. All right, that's looking good. Let's get our wings out here. So here are my wings. It is a mixture of flats and drummies. Now these have been air drying in the refrigerator for about 3 hours. I like to do that, just put them on a rack in a tray, just helps that skin lose the moisture. That helps when you're baking them or smoking them, but also when you're gonna fry them or deep fry them, because then you don't have as much water moisture there that's gonna interact with the oil and cause a lot of bubbling. You'll still have some, but this helps with that. So my oil is at 375 degrees. I wanna keep it between 350 and 375. And we're gonna head over to the stove, fry these up till they're golden brown, and also you want that temperature to be 165 or above. Wings can take a higher temperature. I will often do these to 175, 180, some people even taking up to 190. Really, they can handle it, but I'm shooting for about 175 degrees or so. All right, let's head over to the stove and fry these up. Gonna go ahead and get some drummies in first here. And I'm using my cast iron Dutch oven here, the smaller one. Looking good, starting to get brown there, but we have quite a ways to go. And when the wings come out of here, they're gonna go onto a tray with a cooling rack to let that oil drip off. All right, we've been going about 8 minutes here. Let's get one of these and just check the temp real quickly. Get nice color on them. That is showing 191. These are ready. And if you cook ones that are about the same size at the same time in the same batch, you don't have to check each individual one all the time. But if you're not sure, go ahead and check them. Let's get some flats in here. These usually cook more quickly. All right, I'm gonna finish frying up the rest of these, and then we're gonna sauce them. So right over behind me there, you're gonna see our chicken wings are on the rack. They just finished. Now, if you're doing a bunch of wings like I was doing right there, and you wanna keep them warm, just put them in the oven as you take them out on that rack. Just have your oven set to warm. It'll keep them nice and warm. And then when it's time to mix them with the sauce, everybody's gonna be good. So let's get our sauce ready that we're gonna toss these in. Now this is gonna be a mixture of 2 things. I'm gonna use a barbecue sauce and a hot sauce. This is really anything you want it to be. You pick what you wanna go on the wings. One of the sauces I'm using is this Rib Rack Hatch Chili Barbecue Sauce. And I'm just gonna add, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup into here. Next up is Woo's Ultimate Hot Sauce. This is right now my favorite hot sauce. It is fantastic. We're gonna add about 3 tablespoons. Just wanna mix this together here. And again, you could use Frank's Red Hot Sauce, make, traditional buffalo wings, or change it up like this. Let's get a little taste of that. Ooh, that's really nice. Some of that barbecue flavor with some heat with that, and heat from the hot sauce with great flavor. All right, let's get our wings over here, toss them in this, plate them up, and have a taste. Now, if you did not want to sauce these, you definitely would salt and pepper them really right after they come out of the oven and you're nice and warm. You got a little bit of that oil still on them. Hit them with salt and pepper, any seasoning you want. I'm also going to add some more seasoning to this before we get the sauce on here. I'm going to hit these with some Simply Marvelous Spicy Apple Rub. Just a little shake here. Toss everybody around. Get those from the bottom that came up to the top here. Now it's time for sauce. Just gonna get everybody in here coated. Get in there, toss everybody around, get some sauce. And I don't like my wings swimming in sauce. I just like a nice coating on them. Just like that. Let's go ahead and plate these up and have a taste. We're just gonna go ahead and get all our nice wings on a plate here. Try and make it look pretty. I can tell you they smell great. When is YouTube gonna come out with smell-o-vision? I really need that. I think that's a good amount. Let's get our dipping sauce out and dive in. So here's our plate of wings. I've got some of that blue cheese dipping sauce or gorgonzola dipping sauce, gorgonzola blue cheese. I mean, you call it what you want. I'm calling it blue cheese dipping sauce. And I'm just gonna grab a nice drummy right here and I'm gonna taste one without any dip. So here we go. That is really, really good. This is so easy to just eat right down to the bone here on these. Now some with a little bit of that blue cheese dip. There we go. That's such a refreshing contrast to the heat in the wings. The wings are not super hot. I did not use a super, super hot sauce. I really love that Ultimate Hot Sauce from Woo's because it's got a great balance of heat and flavor. They make hotter ones, and I might make some wings with those, but to me, this is a great thing to have this little contrast here. Just fantastic wings. At that 350 to 375 oil temperature that I had, the drummies took about 8 to 12 minutes, depending on the size. The flats took anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes. But every stove is gonna be different, every pot is gonna be different. I used a cast iron Dutch oven. You really have to measure the temp and get it to the temperature you want and the doneness you want. And I'm totally happy with the way these came out.